wouldn't you rather just look at shark attack victims?
I would
Wouldn't that be
much rather
easier?
look at shark attack victims. At least it was an accident.
Here's what I think about turning a vagina into the world's ugliest penis. It's like you have a Ferrari and you want to turn it into like a riding mower. and it's like, yeah, but it's not only do you have a beautiful car, but it's not going to make a very good riding mower.
Right.
Like, even if it made a perfect riding mower, you would still be turning a Ferrari into a riding mower. But the second part is it's going to be one that's effed up. It's not going to run right. It's not going to look good. It's going to be a disaster. It's just a disaster. And the whole idea that you have to undergo psychiatric treatment for 1 year before you're labeled sane enough to have your penis lopped off or to have skin grafts from your arm and your clitoris injected with steroids and grow a penis that basically looks like a hot dog that got left on the barbecue at a bad 4th of July party. This you're sane for?
It's the very definition of crazy.
It's more like when somebody says, listen, I shot my old lady to collect on the insurance. You say, well, I disagree with that, but still not as crazy as the guy who wants his penis cut off, right?
Not even close.
You make the point about the arm.
Oh, I got Dr. Alter with this one. He's like, their whole argument is yeah, but these are women trapped inside a man's body. Like, you're going to go, oh, I didn't know there's a woman in there. I thought it was just a regular dude who was crazy. But you say there's actually a woman trapped inside? Oh, we got to get her out. But I said, look, first off, stop using that argument. That just means there's a crazy person trapped inside a man's body. And number two, what if I said my left arm was possessed? I couldn't stop smacking myself in the face with it. Would you cut it off? And they're like, of course not. And I'm like, well, that's the same thing.
What if you went through an entire year and you said, no, I want to lose that arm?
I'm a three-armed person caught in a three-limbed person caught in a four-limbed
I'm an octopus caught in a man's body.
Yeah.
Now, how much rarer is it, though, that a woman would want to become a man?
It's about 90-10 or 80-20 or something like that. There's not too many of them.
You're only 23 years old?
Yes.
Why are you living in Tijuana, by the way?
Because it's cheap.
That's true, but so is Beirut. You know what I mean? You can get by on just a couple bucks a day in Beirut.
What kind of weird stuff are you involved in?
Nothing.
You a prostitute or anything like that?
Oh, God, no. I go to college in San Diego. I just have to rely on cheap rent. So
You cross the border every day to go to college?
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Isn't it? But the line at the border can be hours sometimes.
She's crossing over into manhood. The border's not such a big idea.
Wow.
Big deal.
It's only long if you're driving.
Okay, I see. And you walk across on the bridge.
Yes.
Okay, so
he also said that he doesn't. A lot of women don't have complete reconstructions. They just give them all the hormone and they sort of grow their clitoris out.
Yeah, they don't build you a penis. They just give you enough testosterone to turn your clitoris into a penis.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that may have happened to me. Not sure.
Maybe you should do that, right?
But you really think I'm like in the head?
Oh,
yeah. Now we do.
Can't use the F word, Tyler. As bizarre as that sounds.
No one else thinks you're crazy?
Listen, first off, anybody who's not Mexican who lives in Tijuana is critically insane. And quite a few of the Mexicans who live there, by the way. But at least they have an excuse. They can't escape. You're fleeing to Tijuana. You're choosing to live there. You're passing a whole bunch of people that are dressed as shrubs trying to get across the other direction. You understand? Making that twinkle, twinkle sound when they walk.
San Diego?
What's that?
Do you know you want to know how much it is to rent in San Diego?
Well,
yeah, I know. It's.
Do you know how much it is to get your vagina turned into a penis?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're tens of thousands of dollars.
Do you have a doctor?
Yes.
Is he in Mexico or the United States?
United States.
Would you have a mastectomy?
That's something to be considered.
You don't know if you want to go through with that?
So you'd have a penis put on, but the breasts will remain. Huh, interesting.
I know. That sounds good.
How close to Revolution Street do you live?
About maybe a 15, 20-minute walk.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's what I'd like you to do. Let's forget about your gender reassignment. I'd like you to buy me some M80s and some tile. And when you come out to San Diego, I want you to just keep coming to L.A. and bring them to me, all right?
Why don't you get one of those hats that has a penis on them?
Yeah.
You know those baseball caps that have a penis sticking out?
Yeah.
That should be enough for a while.
I mean, here's the whole thing. If you could snap your fingers and become an attractive version of the sex you wanted to be, it would still be insane, but at least I'd listen to your argument.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you could do this, pow, if you could be some chick and go pow and be Hugh Grant, or you could do pow and be some guy and be, I don't know, who's that, Claudia Schiffer, I would understand that. But you are going to look like someone took...
You're going to look like Lou Grant.
You're going to look like Lou Grant had an M80 blow up in his underpants. That's what you're going to look like. It's going to be a mess. People are going to think you stepped on a bouncing Betty in Nam or something, and it just blew your groin off. That's what it looks like.